What's going on, guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital, and we're here with Alain Ghiai, founder, CEO, and director of Sekur Private Data. Nice to have you back, Alain. How are you doing today?
Thanks, Aaron. Happy to be here, and hello to our viewers.
Definitely. So, yeah, it's great to have you back. Can you start by giving us an update on Sekur, telling us everything you've been up to since we last spoke, which wasn't too long ago, about a month ago, I believe.
Yeah, so since about a month ago, we have tried a couple of marketing tentatives. One of them was with a very big privacy browser. It didn't pan out the way we wanted, so we pulled the plug really fast. We got our money back, which is nice. We do have a regular marketing plan that's part of our roadmap. We're going to launch with Zero Hedge, which is a very famous website that has the audience that caters to Sekur. And then we have a few other platforms that we're going to launch as well. There's also a new marketing person we hired. So over the next, until the end of the year, basically, we plan to lower our client acquisition cost. And we also are working on our secure mail, which we believe will be finally ready end of August, beginning September. We also have done some improvement of our secure messenger. I think since a month ago, we also launched multiple currencies. So we have US, Canadian, New Zealand, Australian, and Singapore dollar denomination. We have, I think I must have said Canadian dollar, obviously, Swiss franc and euro. So if you're in one of those zones, you can basically get pricing directly in your currency. That saves you a lot of fees from credit cards that charge you foreign currency and transaction fees. We also announced that we have expanded from our 25 country chat by invite to now 61 countries, which includes a lot of countries in Asia, all of the European Nordic countries, other countries, most of Latin America, and that covers about 3.5 billion people. So if you use chat by invite on Secure Messenger, which is a way for you to chat with someone who doesn't have Sekur, you can now text them in 61 different countries. You can always use the email, but if you just want to text them a link to chat with you, now it will work with 61 countries, including Japan. I mean, we added quite a lot of countries, so we're pretty excited about that.
Yeah, that's great. And I just signed up and tried it out, and we were chatting on it. So that was pretty cool. I wanted to see how the product worked, and yeah, awesome so far. So let's talk some numbers. How is Q2 2022 versus the same period last year?
So Q2 was amazing. We did 1,100% increase in sales. In fact, the Q2 was almost equivalent to all of 2021 in sales. So that's really good. In fact, July, which is technically Q3 really, we started to increase our sales. And so far in August, we're mid-August and we're still tracking 30% plus higher than July. So July was the best month of our entire company. This July, August looks like it's better. So we're definitely getting some traction. And we're also seeing multiple user accounts. So we have people who sign up more than one license. So far, so good. Q2, we're very happy. This puts us on track to do at least about $400,000 this year. And if we achieve that, we know that we can do we plan to do 200-300% more next year.
Yeah, those are fantastic numbers. So, does Sekur plan to launch any new products in the foreseeable future?
Yes, so we plan to launch our VPN by the end of the year. That's a big product that people are looking for. There's been demand in the consumer industry in the US. And in Q1 of next year, we plan to launch our voice and video system. In between now and let's say the end of the year, we plan to launch an enterprise version of Secure Messenger, because we have a lot of clients in Latin America, especially big companies and government entities that are looking to onboard, hundreds or 1,000 license, and the system is not geared for that. So we're going to do with mass onboarding. We'll do the same thing for email, and that will really set up the platform for enterprise sales in the US as well. So That's one thing we're going to do. We also plan to do archiving for secure messenger for large companies, financial companies that need to archive messages for 7 to 10 years. So you're still going to have the self-destruct timer on your device and the recipient, but if the administrator of a bank or a brokerage firm activates the archiving mode, they will be able to have that archive for 7 to 10 years because these are the regulation. And this is similar to the Bloomberg messaging system. Of course, ours will be a heck of a lot cheaper. And, you know, I have to say, according to our feedback that we got in New York, with more features than the Bloomberg and more performing, also more privacy. So those are the things that we're going to do. But let's say the big new product will be the VPN, and of course the secure mail application launching in September.
Yeah, you know, I lived in China for a couple of years and I use a VPN and I definitely see lots of value in it. So that's really interesting. You guys are getting into that market. So can you give us any updates on new contracts or user growth?
Yeah, so in terms of contracts, we are now developing Latin America. We had a big presentation in Colombia with our existing Micronet distributor who is in several countries in Latin America. We are also about to sign a brand new distribution agreement with Chile and 2 other countries that will be announced when it's basically signed, sealed, and delivered. We see Latin and Central America. You know, you have Guatemala and all those countries, Panama, you know, Dominican Republic. There's definitely a big interest in the messenger and also the email. So we see growth there for next year. We're also working with a couple of privacy platforms, US-based. Hopefully, the one we're talking to is going to sign in the next 4 weeks, and they want to include SKUR as part of their premium membership. If we do that, I would say this could bring maybe up to 20,000 users next year, which is a good amount considering, you know, we are operation profitable basically with 10,000 users alone. And we're tracking, because I get this question a lot. So we're tracking close to 4,000 recurring revenue users right now. Actually, we have more than 4,000, but let's just call it 4,000. And in the summer, let's say the month of May and June, definitely April was not a big month, and I attribute that to a lot of things, taxes and things like that, tax season. But July and August is stacking up again. So we are on track to be operationally profitable within 6 months. So let's say by the end of March, we should have enough users that will make the company operationally profitable. And then it's up to us to basically add more you know, expense in marketing to acquire more customer. But we're past the so-called danger zone, as we say. We have a lot of cash in the bank. We have, I think, about 5.5 million Canadian dollars in the bank. And within 6 months of profitability, that's a good situation to be in. No debt, no convertible debt, nothing like that.
Yeah, that's great. Not a lot of companies, you know, in the small cap space can say that. So that's awesome. What do you have planned for the rest of the year in terms of marketing and subscriber growth and product launches?
So product launches, we're going to do, you know, the VPN as we discussed. Subscriber growth, we're going to basically accelerate a little bit more at the end of September to small, medium businesses. Once we tackle the SMB market, mostly in the US, basically, we feel that there's going to be a lot of stickiness to the product because these are businesses that are not fickle. And then once they migrate their email and their domain to us, they pretty much would stay. We have a very attractive offering that doesn't data mine them, that's not part of big tech hosting, and the privacy rules in Switzerland, which are the toughest in the world when it comes to data privacy. So we feel that once we tackle the SMB market, we're going to increase. So again, you know, I can't really do any precision on the number of users, but we're definitely going to accelerate the growth. So, you know, we're keeping our guidance for this year in terms of the sales. And we're also keeping our guidance that within 6 months, by the end of March, we're operationally profitable. It depends on many things. As you know, we're uplisting hopefully to NASDAQ if that happens. then this timeline gets shortened because we'll have the capital to grow a lot faster. Right now, we're managing our capital with a lower burn rate. As a matter of fact, if I may talk a little bit about that, the first half of the year, we spent 1.6 million in branding. The second half of the year, we're going to spend 400,000 in branding and 800,000 in direct acquisition costs, as opposed to the first 6 months, I think it was like 500. So we're shifting. We're saving probably $150,000 a month right now on our burn rate. And our goal is to use the existing cash that we have and not count on anything more to make the company profitable. So we shifted gear. We are getting a lot of users from this branding. We're getting recognition, and we start to see a traction that's accelerating. So that has been a good investment for the company. It continues to be so. We have our shows every week. We have our billboards in New York, which do attract subscribers and I guess maybe investors as well. So, we're on track with our roadmap. I can't know exactly how many subscribers we're going to have, because if I tell you a number and we're missed it by 100 people, then I'm going to hear it until forever. So I don't want to make any precise prediction, but we are on track to that profitability mode.
That's great to hear. So talking a little bit about the stock now, it's held up very well, and I know you have your sights set on the NASDAQ. Can you tell us any more about that?
So the NASDAQ, now that it's getting closer to our filing, I won't be able to comment. So all I can say is that, and again, there's never any guarantee. So far, so good. It's been a lot of work. I'm going to be quite busy with our team moving forward as we get to the thick of it. Again, our financial planning has been done without extra money from NASDAQ. We do have also close to $10 million of warrants coming due next year. So depending where the stock ends, and nobody knows obviously where it will end, we could get some of that windfall, but we're pretty optimistic. And today, as a matter of fact, there was quite a lot of volume in the US. Sometimes you have people shorting the stock, sometimes you don't. The stock has been stable. It is August, so it's really a month that's very dry when it comes to liquidity typically, although today our liquidity is quite high as of today's trading. And we really look more as to the business as opposed to the stock. So our goal is really focused literally on the metrics of the business. And I'm going to quote an interview I saw on Bloomberg about Jeff Bezos. When the dot-com crashed, Amazon stock went from $100 to $6, but he was looking at the internal metrics, and they were keep shipping more and more books. So the business was increasing, even though the stock was decreasing. Today, we know exactly the performance of that company. So I like to use Jeff Bezos as a inspiration. I'm a big fan of what he has done in his life, and I like how he run his company. He was very active until recently. So our goal is the long-term profitability of the company, sustainability, and reward our shareholders over the long term. The next 3 to 6 months, we have no visibility, and we've decided to focus on the business specifically, because the business will have the numbers and eventually the stock catches on, right? If it doesn't catch right away, it catches on. And the reverse is true too. If it runs too far, it'll retrace back. So the stock is secondary to us right now. The business is primary, and we know there's an underlying value to the company. And we're usually fairly active talking about the company. So I think there's enough awareness in the market that we do exist.
Definitely. You guys do a great job when it comes to awareness. So in your business, let's talk about one interesting metric called customer acquisition costs. So this is very important. Do you want to comment on this or give us any updates when it comes to that?
Yeah, so our goal, see, if you go B2B, a customer acquisition cost for a tech company is in the $300 US range. On a consumer side, it's $22. So are we a consumer product? Are we a tech product B2B? We're kind of both. So right now, what we have done is use influencers. The CAC can go from $100 to $400. But what it has done, it has increased our user base. Our users tell other users. I can tell you that organically, half of our users now come organically from the TV shows that we do, let's say, or the billboard on the NASDAQ building in New York and Times Square. And it's increasing, actually. Funny enough, those users are now above the influencer users that we get. So we hired a marketing person to start now Google Analytics, keywords, etc. We're going to do some campaign with some prominent websites that have the audience that we feel they do. And for us, it's a metric. And our goal is to reduce the CAC by the end of the year to something between $50 to $75 US. And then end of next year, reduce it down to $25, $30. And we feel that organically with time, we can achieve that $25 to $30 cost of client acquisition costs. And at that point, it's really good. We have a very, very hard target to reach the 75 or lower CAC by the end of the year. So we're really working very hard at it. Moving forward, in fact, we have a campaign next week with Zero Hedge. That will start the campaign to lower our client acquisition costs, and we feel we can achieve those goals.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you back on to discuss that further. So finally, where should investors go for more information on the company?
You can go to our corporate site at sekurprivatedata.com. At the investor side, there's a great research report by FRC Research, which is updated every 3 months. That's one way to look at it. You can go to sekur.com to see our product. That basically gives you an idea of the solutions. I want to give our viewers a promo code, a 15% discount. If you do sign up, first of all, you get 7 days for free. You do have to put your credit card in order to sign up, and then you can cancel within 7 days without any cost. And also you can use the promo code SEKUR15, Secure 15 for 15% off. And last but not least, go to our Twitter page and follow us at Sekur Private. We also have a LinkedIn page under Globex Data Ltd. The Twitter is great because we do post a lot there. There's a lot of info about all sorts of things, and also our interviews and any kind of news. So that's what I would recommend. And if you have any direct question, you can try to contact us through the website, sekurprivatedata.com.
Wonderful, Alain. Well, I know you'll be up to a lot this month, as you are every month. So I look forward to having you back very soon.
Thank you, Aaron. Happy to be here. See you next month.
If you like these videos, kindly hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. Drop us a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. And finally, always remember, Departures Capital is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell a stock because you heard it on here. Buy or sell a stock because you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you're making your own personal investment decisions for yourself. This video is not financial advice. Furthermore, this video may or may not have been sponsored by the companies that we've profiled within this video, and we may or may not own shares of any of the profiled companies in this video. If you want to know the full disclosure details, check the description down below, along with thoroughly reading our disclaimer. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.